Hello to everybody. Good day across the beautiful state of South Carolina. Let me just say a big, huge thank you to Nick and Mike and Sharon down at SCR for allowing me to be with you guys today for this hour of Facebook advertising for the real estate professional. Just a pleasure to work with everyone down there. What a super group of folks, and you guys are going to be in for a great treat today for the next hour or so. We're going to try to cover as much as we possibly can about Facebook advertising. Um, Let me just say that, as Sharon mentioned, my background and my formal education is in traditional media. My degree is in advertising from USC, and I studied newspaper advertising and television and billboard and had a great time working in those industries for a while before I started selling real estate. So I understand traditional media, and I think that gives me a unique perspective on what Facebook has to offer for us as small business folks and as real estate agents. And so I'm excited to talk to you guys today and commend you for taking this opportunity to learn about this most remarkable tool. If you have listened to me before, you know that I am a huge fan of Facebook, and I'll explain to you a little bit why. And along that subject, let me just say a big shout out hello to anyone who is on the webinar who is taking my Facebook boot camp for realtors. We're having a great time doing that. It's a 5-part webinar series, so I want to say hello to everybody who might be listening today that's training with me on Facebook on the organic side. And also just a big shout out to my peeps down in Keller Williams, Charleston. Been down there for a couple of weeks working with some of those guys, and Margot and Billy and Heather and Laura and Chris and David and Trenton, everybody down there is just super, super folks. So if you have somebody headed in that direction, refer them down to some of the great folks at Keller Williams. And also my good friend Mary Riley at Century 21 in Charleston. So hello to all you guys too. So let me just say before we get started, any questions that you have as we move along, don't hesitate to type those into the chat box, and I'll try to wrap up so that we have a little bit of time at the end of the webinar so that I can hopefully address some of those issues that you may have as we move along. So keep that in mind as we move along. All right, so why do I love Facebook advertising so much? Well, it gives us the opportunity that we've never had with traditional media, and that opportunity is that it is so laser beam targeted. And in the past, we have not had that opportunity at all in any type of traditional media outlet. And what that means is, of course, Facebook knows just about everything there is to know about us. And it's not necessarily just from the information that they have gathered, but they have, Facebook teamed up with 3 of these really huge, super large data mining companies 3 or 4 years ago, and made deals with those folks to get information about each and every one of us. And so Facebook uses that information along with what it already knows about us, which of course is the information that we give to Facebook. You know, what town we live in, where we're from, how old we are, did we go to school, where we went to school, what was our degree in, where do we work, anything that we like, what we click on, you know, it knows what we like. So what happens is they gather all the information that they have about us that we give it, and then they go and ask these data mining companies about us, and that serves a great purpose for small business folks. That means that we can exactly target just who we want to see our message, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we move along through. So why is that? You know, why are Facebook ads so important? Because in the past we've had the opportunity to reach a lot of people, but it's not a focused audience, and it's extremely expensive. And I know that from experience from working in real estate and other small businesses, just how expensive that it is to run a newspaper ad or a magazine ad or a television ad or a billboard. I know when I was down in Charleston yesterday, I saw several billboards from a real estate agent down there, and I can only imagine what his budget for those boards is every month. And of course the issue there is who drives by that billboard every day that may need to buy or sell real estate. So that is why I'm so excited about Facebook ads, is because we don't have to spend hardly any money as compared to what we've had to do in the past, and we only purchase the audience that we have defined instead of casting this broad net across a huge piece of the population. So let's see if I can get this to move along. So here's a photograph of a billboard. It kind of illustrates the main issue that I have with a lot of the traditional media. And again, I have a huge appreciation for traditional media, and spent 4 years studying it. So this is the argument that most traditional media salespeople will give to us as small business folks and real estate agents is, hey, Mr. Real Estate Agent, you need to advertise with me because you can buy this billboard and you will have 20,000 people a day drive by this billboard. Well, that's great and wonderful, you know, if you have a McDonald's franchise, but for us, we know that there's only a small portion of the population at any given time that's interested in buying or selling real estate. So we don't need to buy 15,000 people a day. We need to buy 1,500 people a day that are laser beam focused, targeted. We don't want everybody. We only want the people who might be interested in buying and selling. So that's what we have with Facebook, is that opportunity, and we can spend almost no money to do it versus, you know, this particular billboard probably costs somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000 to $1,500 a month. So it's so exciting what this opportunity that we have now with Facebook, and love it or hate it, it is a great opportunity. So we no longer have to be at the wheel of who might pick up that magazine that we've got an ad in, or who might open that newspaper where we've advertised our open house, or who might be watching the news where we purchased that TV ad. We're not at the mercy anymore of those folks. We now can purchase only the audience that we want to purchase. So I hope that you will see the value there. All right, so if you have not heard me before talk about Facebook, I have to say, you know, this is my favorite graph right here that shows that 73% of all internet users are on social media, and Facebook is by far the largest. And you'll see here that even people over the age of 65, that 46%, almost half of all of those folks, are on social media, primarily Facebook. And of course, 65% of people over the age of 50 are on social media. So we have this opportunity to reach these people that have large disposable incomes, that might want to buy vacation homes on the coast, or a condominium in downtown Columbia or Greenville or Spartanburg. We've got the opportunity to reach these people like we've never been able to reach them before. And we can purchase only those type of particular target audience, and not have to be at the mercy of whether or not they might be looking at a billboard when they drive by, and is that message going to resonate with them. Now we've got the opportunity to put a message that we know that they are going to respond to right in their news feed. And this next slide will show that a quarter of all people who are on Facebook log in more than 5 times a day. And I've said this before. I would argue that point, that it's a lot higher than 5 times a day. I know I've already checked mine probably at least 15 times today. So we don't have to wait for somebody to drive by that billboard or turn on that TV. We know where they are. They're right there on Facebook, on their mobile device, on their phone or their iPad or their tablet. 70% of all Facebook users log in mobilely on some sort of either a tablet or a phone. And so we know that those folks are there. We know right where they are, and we can advertise straight to them now with Facebook ads. And what I'm going to attempt to do with you guys today is let you know sort of the parameters that Facebook has for their ads and the opportunities there. I know that some of you guys probably have hired some folks in the past to run some Facebook ads for you, but I would encourage you, if you don't want to place the ad yourself and you do want to hire somebody to do it, that's fine, but give them the parameters that they need in order to be successful. And I'd be willing to bet that a lot of the folks who are placing Facebook ads don't even realize how laser beam focused that the audience can be. So I want you, as the business owner, as the agent, to know what opportunities are there, even if you decide to hire somebody else to build the ad for you or place the ad. At least you'll know after this webinar what opportunities are out there for you. So, all right, the first thing we're going to talk about is when you start a Facebook ad, the very first screen that you'll come to is going to ask you to define what your objective is for the ad. And what does this mean exactly? Well, they give you several options there. There's about 8 or 9 different options that you can choose from, and a lot of them have to do with promoting an event or promoting your app or something like that. But there's only really 3 real objectives that are applicable to real estate agents, and I'm going to talk about those 3. And the first one of those is send people to your website. And a lot of folks, a lot of the agents that I talk with, will not choose this particular option because they don't know what to do with people when they send them to their website. So we'll talk about a couple of different examples as I move along. So let's use the example of that you are trying to move away from being a buyer's agent, and you want to list more homes. So let's say that we want to try to target people who are homeowners that would potentially want to move. And so I'll use this example as we move along. If you do that, then you would want to send them you would not want to have them engage with a post that you've got on your page, but you want to get them to click on an ad and move away from Facebook and get over to your website or squeeze page or landing page, whatever you want to call it, get over to somewhere outside of Facebook so that they can then receive some sort of information that's going to be advantageous for them as they move forward in selling their home. Almost every agent that I've ever spoken with will try to send someone over to your website, whether it's your website or it's a company website, your page of a company website, and hope that somebody is going to search for some listings and then put in their contact information so they can move forward with the search. But I would challenge you to come up with some intellectual property, some checklist, or in this case you see here an ebook, which is basically just a white paper that an agent is working on right now for the ultimate guide to selling your home fast. Unlock the secrets of selling in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Well, there's only really 2 types of people. If they see an ad that says get this free download, there's only 2 types of people that would click on this ad. One would be people who really are interested in selling their house in the Spartanburg market. And this could be Charleston or Columbia or Orangeburg, wherever it is. But if someone clicks on this ad, they are very likely to be thinking about selling their home. And there you've got your lead generation mechanism right there. So you'd send them over to your website where you've got this photo embedded, and then you've got a form with an autoresponder attached to it. MailChimp is a good one. It's MailChimp is free, but I think the autoresponder is like $10 a month or something. So when someone fills out their email address, then they would then receive this ebook as a download or checklist, the top 12 things that you need to do to get your home ready to put on the market, anything along those lines. And if you guys have been selling real estate more than 3 months, then you know exactly what people need to do in order to get their house ready. And and exactly what they need to do to get the house sold the fastest. You know what that information is, so put it down on paper and make yourself some intellectual property and start marketing that. That's how you're going to get some selling leads there. So that's what the objective send people to your website is about. That means people clicking on an ad and not staying in Facebook, but moving outside of Facebook to some other place. So wherever that place is, and this is just an example here with the ebook of maybe some place that you could send someone to be a seller lead. So that would be one of your options there. The other options would be either to boost your post or to promote your page. I don't talk a lot about promoting your page. I know a lot of people do place ads trying to get more fans on their page. I do not recommend that you do this because if you do this, you're really wasting the opportunity to get people to do something else. If you just have an ad there that says, "Hey, like my page," well, that's great if they like your page, but let's move beyond that. Let's get them to either engage with us or to get them off of Facebook and have that opportunity to capture their information so we can then put them into our CRM software. So I don't recommend promoting your page, but I did want to talk about it. I will tell you that there is a like button that will show up on your if you do the objective send people to your website, it will have a like button on it. If the person that's seeing the ad is not already a fan, Facebook will add the like button to the ad so that you have the opportunity to not only promote your page but also send them to your website. So I think that is the best way to go as far as trying to get more likes on your page. So that would be my recommendation to you, is not to waste your money on promoting your page, but try to go ahead and get them off of Facebook onto something else. So let's talk about the option to boost your posts. So I've got a photo here of some of my great folks up in Spartanburg, Ray and Charles, who've got GSP Real Estate. And this was a post that they made, and you can see at the bottom of the post, oops, wrong way. You can see at the bottom of the post where there is a boost button, and this is just a post straight off of their business page, and you'll see a boost button at the bottom of every single one of your posts on your page. And a lot of agents are tempted to click that button right there and then boost a post from their page. I would highly encourage you not to do that because you don't have near as many options for targeting your audience to who this boosted post is going to be, who's going to see that, and you don't have near as many options from a standpoint of your budgeting either. It's very limited. So I do not recommend that you boost the post from your page. But when you go to Ads Manager and start your advertising there, where the first thing you need to do is define your objective, you will see, again, send people to your website, boost your post, promote your page, along with 5 or 6 other options. I would suggest that you boost your post there. If that's what you're wanting to do, is to boost a post, go to Ads Manager and do it there as one of your objectives. And what this means is you can choose one of the posts on your page and tell Facebook exactly who you want to show it to, for exactly how long you want to show it to them, and how much money you want to spend. And then basically all that happens is more people are going to see that post in their newsfeed. If they click it, then it just clicks it and opens it up into a light box. It does not send them anywhere else to a squeeze page or a landing page or anything like that. It just is going to open up that video or that photo so they can see it a little bit better. And of course they can always click like or comment or share as well. So if you are going to boost a post, don't do it from your page. Go to Ads Manager and do it there. You'll have much larger options for targeting and for budgeting there. So, all right, let's see if I can move on here. There. Yes. Okay. So again, don't boost your post on the business page. You can see here a post from one of my good friends down at Lake Greenwood, Tony Carreri, and you can see the boost post button at the bottom of his post there. Like I said, do not do that. Go to Ads Manager to boost your posts. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what I think is the most exciting part about Facebook, and that is the fact that we can target that audience. So you see my little graphic here that's got just pictures of all kinds of different people. So when you start to think about Facebook ads, you really need to think about who that audience is that for that particular ad that you are considering at the moment. Who is the potential audience for that ad that you're building? In the example that I just talked about, it's someone who's interested in selling their house. So what type of person are you looking for? Are you looking for men, women, young, old? What income bracket are they in? How much is their house worth? Think about, what does that person look like, smell like, talk like? Who is that person? And try to draw that person in your mind. And you can even get out a sketch pad and kind of draw them out, and that will help you choose some of your targeting options. So when you start your ad in Ads Manager, once you've chosen your objective, either to send someone to your website or boost your post or promote your page, the next thing that you will see is target audience. Who is your target audience? And this is a list of the things that you need to sort of decide on. So I'm going to run through these kind of quickly. The first option is a custom audience. Now this is an exciting option that Facebook gives us. What a custom audience would be a list of people, maybe of your sphere of influence, or past clients. If you've been in real estate a long time, of your past clients, and you can upload this list into Facebook and advertise straight to that list. And of course, whatever the commonality that they share, you would want to advertise. The creative would want to match that audience. If it's an audience of all your mommy friends, you have 100 friends who are have all small children, and you want to advertise to them, obviously your message you want to match that message to that audience. And so maybe let them know about a new listing that you have that's a large home, and if they have, obviously they're mommies, so they need a larger home. So you can upload a list into Facebook and advertise straight to that list. That's one option for custom audiences. But then if you are an agent who has a very active website, and this would really have to be your own website, not part of a franchise website, not part of Remax or Keller Williams or Century 21 or Berkshire Hathaway or any of the others. If you have your own website that you've been marketing, you can actually have Facebook grab the IDs from the people who come over to your page, to your website, and then you can advertise to the people who have been visiting your website, and that's called retargeting. So if they came upon your website through whatever means it was, through search, or you sent them there through your business card, or you had a home buyer workshop and you invited them to the website, whatever it was, however they get to your website, then you have the option now through Facebook to retarget them and show them an ad in Facebook. And what's great about that is they already have some familiarity with you. They've already been over to your website. So what a great opportunity to kind of pop back in front of them and say, hey, this is what I've got going on. I've got this ebook, or I've got this new listing, or I'm having an open house. I've seen that you've come over to my website. What can I help you with? That's the opportunity there, is to really go beyond that first introduction and really extend your hand out and shake hands with someone who's already been to your website. So super opportunity there, and that's called retargeting, when you show an ad to someone who has already been to your website. All right, so the next thing that you would see there is location. We can target folks by the location that they're in, by the county that they live in, the city they live in, the zip code that they live in. and you can have this as narrow or wide as they have several different options for that. You can stay within the city, or you can say, well, I want the city of Orangeburg plus 25 miles, or the city of Irmo plus 50 miles. So you can really target your location there, which again is what you don't get a lot of times with traditional media. You've got really no control over who might pick up that magazine article or that newspaper, or who might be seeing that TV ad or driving by that billboard, especially if you're in an area like Columbia or Charleston or Myrtle Beach or Greenville, where there's people driving through who don't live there all the time, who are tourists or their own business. So now we've got the opportunity to really focus on the people who live in the area that might be interested in selling their house or buying a larger house. So that's a great opportunity there. Next thing that we get to choose is age. We can choose exactly who sees that ad. So for example, if we are trying to, again, work on our seller lead generation, then we know that there's a probable opportunity for people who are in the move-up age bracket or the empty nest age bracket. And I would try to target my ad to one of those specific groups. So if I'm in the move-up market, I might run an ad that would be for people who are between the ages of 35 and 45. Say they've been in their first time home buyer home, and they've had one child and they need a larger home. So those are the folks that are going to be in the 35 to 45 age bracket, and we only want to talk to just those people with this particular ad. The next thing down is gender. So I encourage you to think a lot about who it is that makes the decision in real estate. It will depend on the type of real estate that you're selling or the type of property that you're selling as to who this would be. But in this instance I just mentioned about the move-up market, I would be willing to bet you that the majority of the decision makers in that age bracket and in that move-up market are women. So you can choose women between the ages of 35 and 45 who live in a certain area, who speak a certain language. Normally languages in South Carolina, I have not seen this affect the numbers a whole lot, so don't get too bogged down in that. But we can also choose people who are married, are engaged, are in a relationship, are single. So you can, in this particular case, if we are designing an ad for the move-up market, we can choose women who are married. I'd be willing to bet that most of the people who are in the move-up market, who are moving out of that first-time home buyer house, they're looking for a larger 3-4 bedroom house with a bonus room, that type of buyer, that they are going to be married. So you can target married people. You can target them on their income level. If you are trying to get into that move-up market, into the $250,000, $350,000 houses, then you know the income level that these people have to have in order to qualify for that type of home. So you can say, I only want women who make more than $100,000 that are between the ages of 35 and 45, and you can even choose that they have children or young children, and that's who would be interested in a home like that, a large home. If someone has children who are 16, 17 years old, they're not looking for a larger house. They're just waiting on those kids to move out so they can downsize or buy a vacation home. So what you want to do is think very logically about who that target is for the particular ad that you are considering running, and you can really target their relationship status, their income. You can even target down to the type of car they drive if it made sense for real estate. So, and of course, the way they know a lot of this information is of course what we tell Facebook, but again, they have bought this information about us from all these other companies. So these other companies know how much money we make by our tax returns, and they have sold this information to Facebook. So as creepy as it may be from a personal standpoint, it's wonderful from a business standpoint that we've got that opportunity. So again, we're not interested in the 15,000 people a day that might drive by the billboard. We're interested in 1,500 people who fit this particular criteria. We've just listed that great home that's a perfect move-up house for somebody who's 38 years old and has 3 young children and can afford it. That's who we want to target. We don't care about women who are 28 driving by the billboard and seeing it. We don't care about women who make $50,000 a year because they can't afford the house. We only want this core group of people to see this ad, and that is where Facebook really shines. So down in interests, if you have a piece of property that is, let's say it's on the lake and it's perfect for the tournament fisherman or the guy that loves to fish, you can even target people who like to fish to show this house to. And also in behaviors, one of the great things about behaviors is that one of the data mining companies that Facebook has teamed up with actually monitors what we're looking at on the internet and knows who is likely to move. And likely to move is one of the options that we can target. So what a great opportunity, as creepy as it is, what a great opportunity as it is to reach people who are likely to move. So there are companies out there that are watching people who are on Realtor.com and Trulia and Zillow and LakeHouse.com, whatever it is. There are people that are watching those folks, and they're selling that information back to Facebook. And then we, as realtors and small business people, can then purchase that information and advertise straight to those people. So I just get so excited about Facebook ads because it's the most effective tool that I have ever seen for small businesses. And if you're not using it, I hope that after this webinar you'll get excited enough to experiment with it some or reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you with it. But oh my goodness, it's just so exciting. So the great thing about Facebook is this ability to target the audience. So I just kind of wanted to introduce you to some of the opportunities there. The last thing is connections. You can choose to advertise to people who are already connected to your business page or not. And in most cases, you're going to choose that you want to advertise to everyone, not just people who are connected to your business page. All right, so then the next thing that you would have to choose as you move down from targeting would be budget. And I get this question all the time, Melissa, how much does it cost? Well, what will happen is you will see as you move down through the targeting options, Facebook will show you how large the audience is that you are choosing. And really what you want to do is get your audience down under 10,000 people. There's exceptions to that rule, but as a rule of thumb, you want to try to keep your audience for any particular ad down to below 10,000 people. So what will happen is then Facebook will show you how much money that it would take to reach a certain portion of those 10,000 people. So if you say, well, Facebook, I've defined my audience and I'm down to 8,000 people, and I want to spend $10 a day for the next 6 days to reach these 10,000 people. Well, Facebook will show you in a little graph how many of those 8,000 people that $10 a day for 6 days would reach, and approximately how many times that they would see it. So it costs as much as you want to spend. If you want to reach the whole 8,000 people, it'll tell you how much it would cost to reach those. But if you say, well, I only want to spend $30 this week, well, that's fine. You can spend the $30, and at least the $30 that you're spending is going to reach only this targeted audience instead of casting some broad net for people that may or may not be interested in buying or selling real estate or even could qualify to buy a home. So that's sort of the budget. You can choose a daily spend. I want to spend, like I said, $5 a day, $10 a day, whatever it is. for any amount of time, or you can tell Facebook, okay, well, I've got $150 and I want to spend this $150 between January the 5th and January the 28th. And so what will happen is basically Facebook will just divide that out, that $150 into how many days it is, and they'll run the ad according to what you have said, and it will never run over that. If you tell it $5 a day, or you tell it $150 for that amount of time, it will never run over that. However, it will allow you to stop the ad whenever you want to. So let's say that you started an ad, the $10 a day for 6 days, and on day 3 you fell and broke your leg, and you're not going to be able to work for the next 6 weeks. Well, all you have to do is log into your Facebook account and turn it off, and it will not run the ad anymore. Even though you said 6 days and it's on the 3rd day, it will not run it for the 6 days. You can just turn it off, and it will just stop right where it's at. And that is huge, for a small business person, because when we buy that billboard or we buy that newspaper ad, and we stroke that check, and that check is gone. We can't get it back. It doesn't matter if we fall and break our leg. It's gone. And it's only that one-time opportunity. We've spent it, and then it's time to spend it again for the next cycle of newspaper or magazine ad or radio, whatever it is. But with Facebook ads, you can turn them on and off whenever you want to. You can have as many ads as you want running to as many different target audiences as you would like, and that ultimately is where you'd want to be, is to have several different ads running simultaneously to different target audiences, and the creative, the actual photo that's going to show up in the ad would be different on each of those. And so you would just log in once a day and kind of see what your ads are doing, and if some of them are not performing the way you'd like them to perform, well, then turn them off, and then redirect some of those funds to some of the ads that are really giving you the leads that you need and that you want. So bidding, again, the Facebook will tell you how much that it recommends that you bid to reach the audience that you have defined there. I always recommend that you bid at the high end of what they are telling you, and I promise you that if you tell it, okay, I'm willing to spend $3 to reach this particular audience per click or per impression. I'll talk about that in a minute. I promise you that it will not charge you the $3. You're saying that I'm willing to go up that far, but I have never placed an ad yet and seen it charge me as much as I had offered to pay. So, all right, pricing, per click or per impression. What this means is it's always going to default on per click. And so if you tell Facebook, all right, out of my 8,000 people that are my target audience that I have defined here, I would be willing to pay 75 cents per click for every time that someone clicks on it. Now, you've already said you're going to spend only $10 a day for 6 days. So I don't know how many clicks that is, but somewhere in the neighborhood of about 15 or so. So when you get to 15 clicks, that ad will stop running for that day, and then it will pick up and start the next day on the $10 for the next day. So when you just keep in mind, when you say that you'll do it per click, it's going to cut off when it reaches that daily limit. If you bid per impression, the interesting thing about per impression is it's not charging you every single time it shows it to someone. It's charging you every single time that it shows you to 1,000 people. It shows your ad to 1,000 people. Now, that could mean 1,000 different people, or that could mean 500 people twice, or that could mean 333 people 3 times, or it could mean 200 people 5 times. What it's saying is, Melissa, I will show your ad 1,000 times to your target audience. How much do you want to bid for that? And it will give me a range to reach those 1,000 impressions. And again, I would always bid at the top end of that recommendation that they give you, because keep in mind, Nike and Amazon and Farmers Furniture and Sears and Roebuck, everybody is also trying to bid for your audience as well. And so be sure that you're bidding high enough. But I promise you, if you tell it that you'll pay $4.50 to reach 1,000 impressions for your target audience, it's not going to charge you $4.50. So you have to trust me on that, I promise you. So optimization, what does that mean? If Facebook is going to optimize your ad, that means that they know who's more likely to click on things than other people. You know, there's a lot of people who are on Facebook who are what I like to call Facebook stalkers, and they like to just scroll through and look at things, but they'll never click on anything. So Facebook likes to show ads to people who like to click on things, and I'm one of those people. I click on everything because I want to see what's going on. So I get a lot of ads in my news feed. But with that being said, so what that means is they're optimizing it. They're going to show it to people first who are more likely to click on it. So also there's a term ad served, and that kind of goes with impressions. So Facebook will say that we are going to charge you every time your ad is served. And so when they say that, that means per 1,000. That doesn't mean every single time they show it to one person. That's per 1,000 impressions. So I wanted to kind of clear the air on what ad served was. So again, impressions, the number of times the target sees an ad in increments of 1,000. So hopefully the budgeting thing is a little bit clearer than it has been for you guys. Let me try to move along. Of course, I never seem to have enough time. So I'm going to run through this very quickly. So the creative. If you have boosted a post that is on your page, you will not have any options for creative, except for to choose if you want it to be in mobile news feed, right-hand ad, or desktop news feed. You will not be able to change anything about the way the ad looks. So that's another reason why I like to always choose send to website versus boost post, because you would have had to put that post on your page and have it be exactly perfect before you posted it, because you don't get to change it once you start an ad on it. You'd have to go and make a new post and then do an ad for that new post. So if you choose send to website, these are what the options that you're going to see with creative. You're going to see image size, and the image size that's the optimum image size for Facebook ads is 1200 by 628 pixels. It will let you choose up to 6 photographs. So you can run the same ad or have the same copy, but you could have 6 different photos running. So if I was in your target market, I might see your ad, but I wouldn't know it was the same ad every time. It would show me 6 different ads before it started rotating them out again. And what would happen is when you log into your Facebook account, you can see which one of those images is performing better or worse than the others. And of course, when you see that some are outperforming others, well, then you just turn off the ones that are not performing well, and it will start showing the ones that are performing well more often. So that's the image size. It's 1200 by 628. You can have text on top of your images. There is a limit to how much text can go on the image. It's 20%. So if you look at your 1200 by 628 photograph, if you've got text on it that covers more than 20% of that ad, your ad will not run. They will send you a nice little notification that says your ad was not approved, and I get that all the time. I get it all the time, so don't feel bad if you get that message. All right, so then you'll get a headline. You only get 25 characters for this. You get text is only 92 characters, and then you get several different call to action button options. This is something new that Facebook added just a few months ago that has really helped. And on the next slide, I've got an example here. So this is an example of a mobile, an ad that runs in a mobile newsfeed. So you can see that Lego rain jackets is the headline. So you'd think that would be, if it's a headline, you'd think it'd be above the picture, but it's not. It's below. So that's just them. That's how they set it up. So the headline, you only get 25 characters there, though. And then the text above the photo there, you only get 92 characters. So you don't have an infinite number of characters to just talk. And then there's your call to action button. It's on the lower right-hand side of the photograph. Like I said, that's something new that Facebook added, and you've got a couple of different options there. You've got shop now, look now, learn more, sign up, or download. So in our case, as real estate agents, we would probably use learn more, download, or shop now probably the most. But what that is they put this button on here, and the button doesn't function any differently than any other part of the ad. The whole ad is clickable, and it's going to take them wherever you have told Facebook that you want the ad to go. It's just a lot of people like to see a button before they'll click anything. So Facebook finally figured out, hey, I need to put a button up here, and then my advertisers will have a better click-through rate, and it has definitely helped a ton since they've added the button. It really has helped a lot with the click-through rate. So, but you can't change what's on the button other than those 5 options that Facebook gives you there. So, but that's a great opportunity. And then finally, you'll see newsfeed link description. This is an actual an extra text box that you have as an option if you choose desktop newsfeed. Then this newsfeed link description will not show up on mobile. So if you're planning on mobile, I'm not sure I've even bothered to fill it out because 70% of people are accessing Facebook with their mobile device. So I'll just leave that up to you guys. But so all right, see if I can get this to move along here. And then after that, it will ask you, where do you want to place it? Do you want to place it in the mobile news feed? Do you want to place it in the desktop news feed, or on the right-hand side of your desktop computers? Right-hand ads are very inexpensive, and they're great ads to put your face on and try to get people to click over to again, some sort of a download, something like that. They're very inexpensive, but keep in mind only 30% of the people that are on Facebook are going to see them, because 70% of the people access Facebook on their mobile device. So right-hand ads don't show on mobile. So if you choose right-hand ads, like I said, they're very inexpensive, and I have some clients who they're very effective for, but of course only a small percentage of the people actually see them because they don't show on mobile devices. So, all right, let's see. So with that being said, at the end of that, you would just click the place order button. So this is a really thorough, quick snapshot of Facebook advertising. I do want to let you know that I've got an opportunity coming up in a couple of weeks. The week after Christmas, I'm going to do a 2-part webinar series where I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. We're going to go through the Ads Manager and go through a couple of examples. If you would like to attend that webinar series, again, examples will only be for real estate agents, so anybody could attend it, but I'm going to be talking specifically about real estate. We're going to get down in the weeds and look at these options, like where to find the people who are likely to move, how to get to those people. We're going to build some creative. I'll share some creative tools with you that I use to build ads with. So we're actually going to build some ads there. And like I said, it's on 12/29 and 12/30. That's the Monday and Tuesday after Christmas. What a great time to start thinking about building our business for next year. So it's a perfect time for you guys to learn a little bit more about Facebook ads and be able to implement Facebook advertising in your marketing plan. It's going to be at 3 o'clock, and I don't anticipate that it will be more than an hour and a half each day. So it should be around 3 to 4 hours total for both days, but you will have a huge working knowledge of Facebook advertising. I'll also email out handout information during that webinar. So if you would like to attend, you can go to my website. Let's see if I can show it to you. I've got a link on my website. If I can get it up. Right here at my website on Go Team Social, you'll see right here Facebook Ads Training, and you can click right there and it'll take you over where you can register for it, or on my Facebook page, which is Melissa Patton Super Social Media Training. If you just click the cover photo, you'll also get the link right there to go and register for the Facebook Ads Training. We're going to have a blast doing that. I taught Facebook ads yesterday to some of my folks down in Keller Williams Charleston, and just had a ball with them. They're so much fun. Also want to let you know that we are going to do a webinar coming up on January the 15th of 2015. Oh my gosh, amazing, 2015. That's coming up on YouTube, where I'm going to talk about YouTube, and I love YouTube. If you guys have seen me in person, you know that. I'm a huge fan of YouTube. I'm going to talk about how to get to the front page of YouTube, excuse me, the front page of Google using your YouTube videos. You can do it for free. You don't have to buy ads anymore on Google to get to the front page. So we're going to go through the inner workings of how to do that. And we're also going to build a YouTube channel for you. We're going to go through the mechanics of that on January the 15th. So you guys look for an email from SCR about that coming up on January the 15th. A couple weeks ahead of time, they'll start sending that link out. So I hope you guys will come back and see me then. So I'm going to stop right here and ask Mike what kind of questions, if there's been any questions that have come up that I can answer on, at least for the next couple of minutes. Mike? Anything?
Melissa, we got a couple questions here.
Okay.
We've got one person who wants to know what the purpose of the boost post is.
I'm assuming that they're talking about the boost post on your business page. So I'll answer that by saying that is, of course, is Facebook's attempt to grab your money because it's just the most convenient place for them to put that button. They don't do a really great job of explaining to people, hey, we do have an actual interface called Facebook Ads Manager, and that's really where you should go to. They put that boost post there on each post that's on your business page. If as I scroll down through my business page here, I'll see boost posts on every single one of my posts, and they put it there because it's their attempt to grab our money. And it can be effective, but it's not the most effective way for you to use your Facebook advertising dollars. So that's why I would much rather you be more effective and go over to the Facebook Ads Manager and place the boost post ad there. But if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email. Let's see if I can get my contact information up here. You can email me at melissa@goteamsocial.com. I'll be glad to answer some questions for you over email. Don't hesitate to do that, or you can reach out to me again on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/goteamsocial, or you can reach me on my website at goteamsocial.com. There's a contact me button there. So hope to see you guys, everyone, at the webinar series coming up that I've got coming up on the 29th and 30th on Facebook ads, and also coming up on the 15th where we're going to talk about YouTube. And I'm stoked to have an opportunity to talk to you about YouTube. It is absolutely a super tool for real estate agents. As a matter of fact, 76% of sellers say that they are more likely to list with an agent who is using YouTube, but only 12% of agents actually do use it. So I know if I'm selling real estate and my sellers are telling me that they want me to do something and hardly anybody else is doing it, I promise you I'm going to start doing that so that I can then get more listings. So that's the name of the game in our business, and so I'm going to show you how to do that with YouTube. So if there aren't any other questions, I'm going to say a big thank you again to the folks at SCR, Mike and Sharon and Nick and everybody down there is doing a great job. And if you run into them, pat them on the back and let them know what a great job that they're doing. And I hope to see everyone on the 29th and 30th, and again on January the 15th for the YouTube class. So you guys have a great, productive day, and I will talk with you soon.